On this episode of eDiscovery Divided, let's talk about assigning custodian to chat data. Why eDiscovery Divided? Well, that's because people have really wide range of opinions as to how custodians should be assigned. So let's talk about this. Let's do a quick refresher on what custodian is. Custodian is owner of the data, who is in possession of particular piece of data at time of collection. So if we have an inbox, we have a person who controls that inbox. They basically own it. They can send messages and add to the mailbox. They can delete from the mailbox. They can do whatever they want. And same thing with their personal My Documents folder. A person whose computer My Documents is on, that is the custodian of that particular data. The opposite of this would be a shared file folder on a server. So imagine there is a share and lots of people save in their Word files and Excel files, and maybe they open in someone else's files, and then that's where they collaborate. And in that case, there is no custodian to the data. Even though you might be investigating a particular person, when you collect data from a shared folder, there is no custodian. When you process it, you just call it shared files or a shared drive. So how does that translate into chat data? Well, if you're collecting data from somebody's phone, then owner of the phone is custodian of the data. They have access to it, they use it, they can delete it, they can do whatever they want. They are literally a custodian of the data. They can do whatever they want with it. So in that case, we do assign that person's name as a custodian. But where the disagreement comes in is when you collecting data from corporate chat systems, for example, from Slack. Somebody goes in and exports data by searching for a particular user ID. And then they say, well, this is the custodian of the data. But I argue that it really isn't. When you collecting data from a shared environment, from group chats, there is no custodian. It is equivalent of the shared folder on a server. It's controlled by lots of people. And just because you investigate in a certain person or you searched for that person's name, it doesn't mean it's their data. It's everyone's data, and you're just pulling a certain subset of that. And of course, we can make things even more confusing. Let's say we're investigating 2 or 3 people and we export their data from Slack. Well, now if we're going to assign custodian to all of those data, it's not really going to make sense because a lot of the data is going to be overlapping. So now, are we going to treat it as a mailbox and then start generating duplicate custodian and all that information? No, it doesn't seem to make any sense. What you do is you just assign custodian as Slack communications and leave it at that. There is no need to try to go very granular and pretend that certain custodian owns the data in a group environment. So let me know if you agree or disagree with me. How would you assign a custodian information to group chat that was downloaded from a corporate communication system? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and I will see you on the video.